Now I'm moving towards Dr. Eskandar. Dr. Eskandar, you have experience of teaching in Malaysia and now you are based in Oman. So, sorry, Qatar. It means you are awake. So, in Qatar, I would like to request you if you can share about the topic of today's session regarding Islamic finance education. Over to you.
Sure. Be careful, Dr. Ira. My boss is sitting beside me, so yeah. Alright, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. It's always good to be back in Pakistan, I think, after 2 long years. I think I first start coming to Karachi in 2016. So this is probably my 12th or 13th trip. So I was telling Dr. Aun yesterday that, you know, since I came too many times, I should come here without visa next time, inshallah. Right? Maybe some of you can make that kind of arrangement. For privilege of coming here quite often. I think the conference is getting bigger, mashallah. I think you also have started your own MS, Islamic Banking and Finance. In fact, you have produced your first cohort. I still remember we designed the curriculum together and mashallah, you can see the impact right now. So today's topic is about industry academic linkages. I think whenever we talk about the contribution of academic, people always really confine to human talents. People look at industry leaders, people look at, you know, the next Dr. Said Aun, probably Dr. Iram and, you know, Dr. Rizwan, whoever young people who actually wants to bring the industry forwards. And probably you can see that, you know, you just have to produce 2 or 3 champions and then you can see the impact itself within the academia and also industry. But I just want to bring the discussion slightly more from a different angle so that we can see where academia is going and how exactly that we can forge a better relationship between academic and industries as well. So I think we have gone through a lot of crises and people say that crises present opportunity. And we always ask ourselves is that how we can actually shape better world post-pandemic. And people always say that, you know, Islamic finance have to do more, especially in 2008. And then we didn't, honestly, we did a lot of things, but eventually we didn't live up to the expectation, which is going to be the alternative system. But having said that, in many countries, we saw a lot of success. For example, in Malaysia, the market share is about 40% now. In Pakistan, 20%. And even in Turkey, it's about 6-7%. And this will never happen if we are not able to produce good talents. And that also have to thank the universities, especially the one who dedicated their resources to Islamic finance as well. But the question is, what is next? I think that's the most important questions. How we make Islamic finance more relevant among the students, among the industries, and also among the academics. So I have 3 minutes or probably 4 minutes. Dr. Iram, right? So I came a long way, you know, so transit Kuala Lumpur and then came back here. So give me extra 2 minutes, okay, Dr. Iram? So my point is actually quite simple. Think about it. What we exactly that we are trying to do right now is that we are trying to fix the fundamentals. Like what Professor Aisan said this morning, the fundamentals is quite simple. Create employment, price stability. But these are becoming very hard nowadays. Price stability is actually quite difficult, right? You just have to look at so many countries and even Sri Lanka, for example, you know, you can actually have such a turmoil whenever you have a food and also fuel crisis. So it's not easy. When you talk about unemployment, is it an easy thing nowadays? It's not easy as well because technology is taking away thousands of jobs. Today, you know, for example, you go to Japan, the receptionists are robots. So jobs are basically being replaced. It's becoming harder and harder to do the fundamental things. So even though we are talking about all these big things about market penetration, so on and so forth, for me, if Islamic finance has to be relevant, it has to basically show the capability of fixing the fundamentals. And today we talk so much about digitalization and also we talk so much about sustainability. It seems to be the 2 anchors or 2 legs that carrying on the policy in the future. But having said that, I just want to stop my presentation by giving you something to think about. Economics, even from Ibn Khaldun or Adam Smith, or even the recent one, you know, Keynesian, or even you take Samuelson, it's always about the notion that how people create incentive, we organize each other, we put into the context of the market, and then we extend into a statehood, a nation who actually try to correct the market failure. And also we have the 3rd pillar, which is the power of the community. Today, if industry and academia wants to be relevant, we need to identify what are some of the gaps in the markets so that we can convert the market failures and shape it into something better. So all these concepts that we are talking about, the no riba, concept of takaful, ESGs and everything, it become even more relevant if you can actually fix some of the market failures. So inequality is an example of a market failures. Climate risk is exactly a market failures. Geopolitical tension is also a market failures. High inflation, which is out of control, is also an example of market failures. So just penetrating banking and capital market without having ability to address market failures will not show the power between academia and industry. So I see a lot of young people out there who are listening to us. Probably one day, 10 years from now, hopefully you guys can replace us, because we don't want to be, keep coming and keep saying the same thing, Islamic finance got opportunity, we missed the opportunity. So we have to become more and more relevant in the future. So think about it, and inshallah, and think if we all put effort together, I believe that, this time around with this post-pandemic, because we cannot see any crisis bigger than this. So if you don't take opportunity now, I think that, we're going to have another missed opportunity as well. The ship has sailed. It's just a matter of catching up now. So we have to do more. We have to show a lot more energy. So we are hoping on the young talent, inshallah. And hopefully we all can strive and make Islamic finance education and the linkages with industry much better. So with that, thank you so much, Dr. Iram.
Thank you so much, Dr. Eskandar.